Change might be on the horizon at Ibrox, and in today's video, we've got a whirlwind of Rangers stories to break down. From a potential summer exit of a young winger who's fallen out of favor to transfer rumors involving one of England's rising stars, plus the massive financial stakes tied to the club's European run, there's no shortage of drama. So let's dive into it because the past 24 hours have given us a lot to talk about. We begin with transfer rumors heating up around 17-year-old Jesse Derry, the Crystal Palace Academy starlet and son of former Premier League midfielder Sean Derry. The young talent has refused to sign professional terms, with Palace leaving him free to explore new opportunities this summer. That decision hasn't gone unnoticed. Scouts from across the UK and the continent have been circling, and now Rangers and Celtic have reportedly joined the chase. According to several sources, Derry is not just open to a move abroad, he's actively entertaining interest from some of Europe's elite. Clubs like Bayern Munich, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, and Paris Saint-Germain have all been credited with monitoring his progress. Derry recently scored the winning goal for England's under-18s against Portugal, and his stock is rising fast. Whether Rangers can realistically compete with the financial muscle and allure of those giants remains to be seen. But the fact that they're in the mix at all says something about their ambition at Ibrox. While that story points toward the future,
Also 21 years old and my old London to the result we will promise delivering
5 goals and 6 assists across all competitions last season. But that momentum has stalled. Fast forward to this campaign, and the Northern Ireland international has made just 4 starts in the Scottish Premiership. His role has diminished to the point where he's now largely a peripheral figure under interim boss Barry Ferguson. When Ferguson returned to Ibrox, some thought it might offer McCausland a clean slate, a fresh chance to prove himself. But so far, that reset hasn't materialized. In Ferguson's early matches in charge, McCausland was an unused substitute on 3 occasions and only featured briefly against Kilmarnock, an athletic club, in the Europa League. Then came the clash with Aberdeen on Sunday the 13th of April, a golden opportunity for him to make a statement and maybe change the narrative. But instead of rising to the occasion, he imploded. 2 reckless challenges in the first half saw him sent off before the break, leaving Rangers down to 10 men and at the mercy of their hosts. Aberdeen capitalized quickly, going 2 goals up through Leighton Clarkson and Pepe Habib Guai. To their credit, Rangers showed character to claw their way back into the match with informed Hamza Igameni, who's now attracting interest from Everton, and Romanian playmaker Yanis Hagi leading the comeback. But the shadow of McCausland's dismissal loomed large over the entire performance. Former Hibs striker Tam McManus didn't hold back in his assessment. Speaking to the press, he bluntly stated that McCausland simply isn't good enough to play for Rangers, and that his red card was not only foolish but costly. 2 stupid lunges, as McManus described them, put the team under needless pressure, and no one in the Rangers camp had any complaints about the referee's decision. Now, with Barry Ferguson looking to put his own stamp on the squad, and competition for places only intensifying, the window for McCausland to prove himself is rapidly closing. Unless he can drastically change his trajectory and fast, a move away from Ibrox this summer is starting to look inevitable. Meanwhile, there's another side to the Rangers story this week, and this one's all about the big money. Rangers have already banked around £13 million for their participation and results in the Europa League this season. That number could skyrocket if they manage to progress further. After a hard-fought 0-0 draw in the first leg against Athletic Club, Barry Ferguson's side head to the Basque region with it all to play for in the return leg. If they manage to pull off the win and reach the semi-finals, they'll earn an additional €4.2 million. A place in the final would be worth another €7 million. And if the dream scenario comes true, if Rangers lift the Europa League trophy, they'll be rewarded with an extra €6 million automatic qualification for the UEFA Champions League group stage and a place in the UEFA Super Cup. When you factor in all those rewards and the associated participation payments, the total figure could approach a staggering 70 million euros. To put that into perspective, that amount eclipses what the club has earned in Europe this entire season so far. And we're not even including ticket revenue or UEFA legacy payments that come from the European value pillar and non-European value pillar. Celtic, for instance, earned over 13 million from those sources during their Champions League run last year. If Rangers go all the way, the financial windfall could be game-changing. But as always in football, money and prestige are nothing without results on the pitch. Rangers will need to be at their absolute best to get past Athletic Club on Thursday. The Spanish side are packed with quality, and they'll have the home crowd behind them at San Mamés. Yet Rangers have shown in the past that they thrive on European away days. Just 3 years ago, they made it all the way to the Europa League final, only to fall short against Eintracht Frankfurt. Now, with the tie still delicately poised and belief running through the squad, fans are starting to dream again. Rangers legend Ali McCoist certainly isn't ruling anything out. Reflecting on the first leg, McCoist praised the team's resilience, especially considering they played most of the match with 10 men after an early red card to Robin Proper. According to McCoist, Athletic are the favourites on paper, but he believes Rangers have a fighting chance, particularly away from home, where they've often performed better in Europe. It's been a roller coaster of a season. Some highs, plenty of lows, but also glimmers of something special. And now, with the weight of history, a massive financial carrot dangling, and a fired-up squad under Barry Ferguson, this next match could define the campaign. And just when you thought the drama was over, there's chaos brewing across the Atlantic. Former Rangers striker Alfredo Morelos is making headlines again, but not for the right reasons. The Colombian forward, now back playing in his homeland, sparked controversy after being caught on camera inviting opposition fans to a fight during a recent match. After being subbed off in the second half, Morelos was seen gesturing towards rival supporters, challenging them to approach the technical area. The Colombian Football Association is now expected to investigate the incident, and local legend Faustino Asprilla didn't mince words in his criticism. Asprilla called Morelos unbearable, slamming his behavior and pointing out that the striker even gave his own manager an earful after being substituted. For Rangers fans, it's just another reminder of the volatility that came with Morelos. Moments of brilliance always balanced out by flashes of recklessness. Now, with the club focused on a new era and a potentially transformative European run, the drama continues. But this time, the stakes are even higher. As the dust begins to settle from a weekend packed with tension and headlines, the mood around Ibrox is one of cautious optimism. There's frustration too. That red card from McCausland didn't just impact the Aberdeen result, it's become a talking point that refuses to go away. But if there's one thing Rangers have shown this season, it's grit, and they'll need every ounce of it as they head into the defining stretch of their European journey. Barry Ferguson's return has brought structure, but it's also brought pressure. There's expectation again. He's not had long at the helm, but already you can feel the demands being raised. The style might not be glamorous yet, but what matters now is results. And Ferguson knows the importance of getting it right in Europe. His players, despite setbacks, have shown they're willing to fight. That second half comeback against Aberdeen proved there's still belief and backbone in the squad. And that belief will need to travel with them to Spain. San Mamés is no ordinary venue. The fans in Bilbao create a cauldron, and Athletic Club play with the kind of intensity that feeds off that atmosphere. Rangers will need to stay disciplined, composed, and clinical. 3 things that haven't always been consistent traits this season, but they've done it before. Braga, Dortmund, Leipzig. The memories are still fresh. The blueprint is there. Whether this squad can summon that same magic is the question. One player who's become crucial to any hopes of progression is Hamza Igamane. The Moroccan has grown into his role with confidence and purpose, and his recent form has caught eyes well beyond Scotland. Everton are reportedly interested, and you can see why. Strong on the ball, clever with his movement, and with a knack for finding the net, he's become the kind of player that gives Rangers a different dimension. If he delivers on Thursday night, his stock and Rangers' chances could soar. Another name that's quietly going about his business is Ianis Hagi. After a long road back from injury, he's finally starting to look like the player fans hoped he'd be. His creativity, calmness in possession, and ability to open up defenses could be vital against a disciplined athletic side. It's those players, the ones who can offer something different, that often make the difference in tight European ties. And this one is tight. Financially, the implications of Thursday's match are massive. It's not just about the pride or the silverware. It's about what winning unlocks. We're talking Champions League group stage money, Super Cup exposure, massive UEFA payouts. Add in the commercial boost, the gate receipts, the chance to attract higher caliber signings. It's transformative for a club that's still rebuilding. It's financial muscle. This is the kind of windfall that could fast-track ambitions on and off the pitch. But money won't win the tie. Mentality might. Rangers have been counted out before. Many did it before the Dortmund tie in 2022, and even more doubted they'd go toe-to-toe with Leipzig. Yet here we are again with a chance to shock Europe and reach another semi-final. It's not going to be easy, and the margin for error is almost non-existent. But if Rangers can keep their discipline, take their chances, and lean on the experience they've gained from previous runs, they've got a chance. A real one. In the background, the noise around Alfredo Morelos is more of a sideshow now. Once a central figure at Ibrox, he's become something of a cautionary tale. His antics in Colombia are disappointing, but also no longer Rangers' problem. The club has moved on, the squad has moved on, and fans are increasingly focused on what's next, not what's past. Thursday's match is more than just a quarterfinal. It's a test of character, of progress, and of whether Rangers are ready to take the next step. The path to Seville in 2022 was built on moments of courage and composure. If they're to walk that path again, or perhaps go one step further, those same qualities will need to shine through again. This could be a defining week, not just for Barry Ferguson, not just for the players, but for the club. Europe has always been special for Rangers, and right now it feels like something special could be brewing again. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. What's really going on behind closed doors at Ibrox? In a stunning development that set the Scottish football world ablaze, Rangers interim head coach Barry Ferguson is rumored to have made a bold claim that certain players within the current squad are actively harming the team's chances. While not officially confirmed, whispers around Oak and Howie have grown louder by the day, and if true, Ferguson's alleged outburst could mark a defining moment in his short tenure at the helm of the Glasgow Giants. The former captain, revered by fans for his fierce loyalty and on-pitch leadership, may now find himself at the center of a storm threatening to shake the very foundations of the dressing room. Ferguson's legacy at Rangers is as decorated as it is intense. Having worn the armband through some of the club's most glorious years, including the treble-winning campaign of 2002-03 and the dramatic run to the UEFA Cup final in 2008, Barry knows what it means to bleed blue. But now, back in charge. After the sacking of Philippe Clement, his transition from legend to leader hasn't been smooth sailing. Reports suggest that in recent closed-door meetings, Ferguson has privately expressed deep frustration with the attitude and commitment of some senior squad members, going as far as to say that their influence is toxic and detrimental to the group. Sources close to the club have indicated growing friction between Ferguson's old-school values and what he perceives as a lack of accountability from certain players. Barry's furious, one insider reportedly said. He believes there are a few who just don't care enough, and worse, they're dragging others down with them. With the Premiership title already slipping out of reach and Celtic widening the gap, Ferguson's frustration is understandable. But if the rumors are accurate, his decision to call out players, even behind closed doors, represents a bold and risky strategy, especially in a squad where egos, contracts, and reputations run high. Fans have reacted with a mix of shock, intrigue, cautious support. On one hand, many loyal Gers are applauding Ferguson's supposed no-nonsense approach, believing it's exactly what the club needs after a string of underwhelming performances and managerial uncertainty. On the other, critics argue that pointing fingers, even indirectly, could splinter a team already low on confidence. If Barry's gamble doesn't pay off, it could lead to a dressing room revolt or the board rethinking their decision to entrust him with the club's future. The timing, just weeks before a potential Old Firm showdown, couldn't be more precarious. Whether this is a deliberate power play from Ferguson to assert control or simply the boiling over of a passionate man pushed to the brink, one thing's clear. Something's brewing at Rangers. If there are saboteurs within the squad, as alleged, then the next few fixtures will be telling, not just in results, but in attitude and cohesion. And if Ferguson is truly preparing to weed them out, he'll need more than just his legacy to protect him. He'll need results, fast. Because in Glasgow, heroes can become villains overnight, and Barry Ferguson knows that better than most. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.